So I just want to start by taking a recent comment from the president of COP28, and that's Sultan Al-Jaber, who has claimed that there is no science indicating that a phase out of fossil fuels is needed to reflect or reduce rather global heat to 1.5 degrees Celsius. I just want to get your reaction to that coming from the president of COP28.
Yeah, it is shameful and unfortunate that we had to receive such kind of comments from the presidency of COP28 because science has been clear and consistent about phasing out fossil fuels if we were at all to limit global temperature rise below 1.5 degrees as it was established in the Paris Agreement.
So let's now turn to this concern about the number of delegates who are, representative of companies that use fossil fuels. And people are worried that, look, this could have an impact on the general conversation around fossil fuels. How concerned are you?
Yes, the thing is, for a very long time, the fossil fuel industry has been denying and has hidden behind various entities, but also has provided misinformation around its contribution to the climate crisis. But the veil has been torn, and we can remember during the United Nations Secretary General's Climate Summit, they called out fossil fuel as the most contributors to the climate crisis. And we have seen recently a number of lobbyists coming to these spaces where climate discussions are taking place to be able to find solutions to the climate crisis. And the reason we are seeing this increased number of lobbyists is that it is eminent that the fossil industry is not the energy system of the future, and it has to be phased out soon if we are to realize the ambition of limiting a catastrophic climate future. And this is why we are seeing this increased number trying to lobby, trying to kick and wail as they get out of the door. But eventually, fossil fuel industry will have to be phased out.
Mm. And when you connect that statement coming from the president of COP28 and then the number of delegates from fossil fuel companies, how optimistic are you that fossil fuel will be phased out?
Yes, not in this scope, but it might take place in this scope. We are already having draft texts within the global stock text speaking to fossil fuel phase out. And we are hoping that we might get a strong language within this scope that will facilitate the eventual phase out of the main cause of the climate crisis that we are in. Like I already mentioned, the fossil industry has been denying for a very long time, and this continues to happen right now. The COP president is in denial. But the fact is that we are in a crisis, and for us to be able to solve this crisis, we will need global solidarity. That means that the fossil fuel has to face its reality and take responsibility to be able to help the communities that also have suffered the crisis to be resilient. So the fossil fuel industry has no future. Even though they are fighting, I think the whole world now knows that it is the main cause of the climate crisis. And the texts are already coming through. We are hoping that through this scope, we might get something stronger than what we got in COP26 in Glasgow.
We'll see how things continue to play out at the conference. Thank you so much for talking to us, Amos Wemaya, Senior Advisor, Climate and Energy, Power Shift Africa.
Thank you.